one and all, welcome, namaste, hello G, how are you, where are you, and how are you feeling today? Well, I hope you're good because we're about to start day 2 at the Oval of England versus India in what is turning out to be a great little test series. We've had it all. We had some drama to kick things off in Nottingham. We had a close call going, it could go either way. And now here we are, one test match apiece as we enter day 2 of our 4th test match today at the Oval. Right. So what happened yesterday? Well, also, let's hear from you guys. What did you see yesterday? Before we get into today's action, what did you see happen, and how should we be feeling right now based on what we did see?
So yesterday was not a very good day with the bat for us. With that collapse that we had, we lost our 2 early wickets, the openers that were in form and the openers that gave us very good starts in the first 3 games. Losing them early was a big setback. Then Virat Kohli played his knock, made 50 runs, looked solid, but then again he couldn't capitalize on it and make it a big score. And seeing Ravindra Jadeja at 5, I was very surprised. I don't know what was the logic behind it. Maybe the team wanted a left-right batting combination. But even then, I thought that Ajinkya Rahane is an experienced campaigner. You had to bring him at number 5 and solidify when you were in a very bad position after losing those 3 early wickets. Sending Jadeja over there, he did play a sensible knock, but what if he had failed? If he would have failed, then the Indian team would have received so much flack for that decision, as Virat Kohli has received in the past in other tournaments as well.
But hold on, Afzal. They didn't fail. So shame on you for bringing this negativity in the morning. Why are you saying this thing? What if this? What if that? You sound like my wife. Oh, but what if, Tommy? But what if? Babe, listen, hey, if we worry about what ifs all the time, no one's going to get anywhere. Afzal, why are you being like my wife? Hey, Afzal, have you been speaking to my wife? What is it? But no, I'm saying that situation that you're talking about, the kind of the worst outcome, it didn't happen. And what I mean by that is, I know we're here to look at all the different circumstances, but actually, what we should be focusing on now is the fact that the strategy paid off, didn't it? We should be in a great position. After you sound a bit down today, I'm thinking we should be a little bit more up, shouldn't we?
No, I don't think so. The strategy worked. The strategy would have worked if we were 250 all out, or we were 300 for 5 and still batting on day 2. The strategy did not work actually.
Okay. Kunal, Sanika, hold on. Let me chip into these guys here. Do you agree? Did the strategy not work, Kunal and Sanika?
Yeah, it actually didn't work. So I think the strategy might have worked, but the problem is our batsmen are not really that reliable anymore. I mean, a middle order, to be honest, I think KL Rahul and Rohit's wicket were unfortunate. I mean, we surely want them to perform, but then I think they've already proved the mettle in the previous matches. But then the middle order is still a big question mark. Virat is scoring really well, but again, he's getting out of those similar type of wickets. I think it's kind of disappointing to watch a replay of the previous wicket in the current match every single time I watch a new match. So it's really disappointing in that sense. And like we said, yesterday, Shardul's performance has really saved us a lot, saved the Indian batsmen from a lot of criticism. Or else 190 looks a lot better. It's not really a good score, 190, but it looks good considering we could have actually wound up at 120 or 130. So I think that thing paid off where, that can be a strategical point which we said, bringing Shardul in. And I liked that Ravindra Jadeja was brought in before because earlier, like I mentioned every single time, that he always used to play around the tail enders. So he has to manage their strike as well. They shouldn't face the tough bowlers. So he has to play 5 balls. Then last delivery, he has to make sure that he takes a single so that he gets the strike again. Because someone like Ishant, Siraj, Bumrah, they're not really accustomed to face bowlers like Anderson or Woods. So I think that kind of the idea was good, but then the execution could have been a lot more better. Like Afzal said, 200 plus and mainly not out. I think score could have been anything. But day 1 mein 10 wicket jana is really disappointing. But then on a positive note, we've got 3 wickets of them. So let's
and one of it is Joe Root.
Yeah, one of which being Joe Root. So I think that is a big silver lining for us.
I guess putting Jadeja off the order, I guess they are just watching our podcast, this show.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Ha, ye log ye bol rahe hain na, to try karte hain."
Well, it's good, but that's exactly it, because we know we've got such a quality squad, and we do want to see so many other players getting a try. It's funny because as we've been talking over the last few weeks or so, there's been a lot of talk about Shardul and also Yadav becoming part of the team, and now that they are, there's some other names that we want to see as well. So, after is this the best squad that you're seeing coming up? We know because we got to talk about this yesterday with Kunal and Sanika. But is this our strongest side? Now? Do you think this is a better side than what came out to face, say, England at the previous Test matches in this series?
Yes, it is a good side, but still I would have liked to see Ashwin in the playing 11 because he played for Surrey. He picked up 6 wickets in the second innings in the lone county game that he played in between of the series and the World Test Championship final. So I think that Ashwin should have been there in the team because this pitch is already dry. It had a bit of moisture, but it wasn't offering much to the pacers. So as we proceed to day 4 and day 5, it will turn, and Ashwin would have been a very lethal weapon in India's arsenal.
Okay, so talking about the pitch turning, what does that mean today? What does that mean? How it's going to play today, and how we should be playing on that pitch today? Let's go, Kunal and Sanika first.
So I don't think day 2 would itself benefit the spinners as much as day 4, as the further days would actually benefit them. But then still, I think someone like Ashwin, he doesn't really care how much the pitch is helping him out. If he would have been on the side, he would have made the most out of it and got the wickets. And secondly, he mainly is known to trap the batsman. So it's not just about the actual spin, but it's actually playing with the mindset of the batsman. So that's where Ashwin really holds the key. By the way, Tommy, there are some really lovely messages for you from Yeah, so there's Varun asking, by the way, do you guys know me today? Because yesterday we kind of ignored them on the chat.
Yeah, and Nitish is asking you,
sorry.
are you heading to the Oval to win the Test?
Hold on. Which Ranata is it, first of all?
No idea. No idea.
Listen, I want to apologize to all our viewers. We hear from so many. I'm kidding. We know our regular family members. I'm just doing my little bit of Karashi stirring with my mega fans. Varnata is, of course, one of our mega fans. She loves Virat Kohli. She curses Virat Kohli. She puts nazar on him by saying, today's going to be the day he's going to get 100 runs. And then he goes out very, very early. So, and then yesterday, just want to point out, Varnata didn't say too much about Virat, and he had one of his best performances of the series so far. So maybe he's just doing this to keep you keen. The boys treat him mean, keep him keen.
Yeah.
He's playing games with Varnata. Varnata's playing games with Virat. The V versus the V. It's the W. It's what they are combined together. Peace signs. That's what they are. Varnata and Virat together. But so Varnata's saying, we do know you today. And who else are we hearing from out there?
Nitish is mentioning Tommy is heading to the Oval to win it for India because you're in the car right now. Come on, Tommy. That's the message.
Come on! Come on, Team India. I'm not, sadly. I'm just on the move very early this morning. But I will be following all the action. Don't you worry. So it's all looking good. So, okay. Let's actually, now that we're talking about the ground and being at the ground, let's cross over to our Bharat Army boys. They're there right now. And they're getting excited ahead of day 2. Let's see what the mood's like down at the Oval.
Good morning from the Oval, day number 2 of the 4th Test. Listen, this has been one hell of a roller coaster Test series, actually. Just summarise yesterday for us.
It was, like you said, a complete roller coaster of emotions. We lost early wickets, we lost regular wickets, some very good balls, some very poor shots. And in the end, we thought maybe we were at least 30, 40 runs short. However, the difference this time compared to Leeds is we came out and bowled with fire. Jasprit Bumrah yesterday was absolutely phenomenal, and we need him to carry on today. I thought there was a period where we gave away too many runs, too many balls on the pads from a couple of the bowlers, but we did bring it back. And most importantly, the important wicket of Joe Root.
Look, I guess before we get into Joe Root, let's just talk about the batting for a moment, right? Because we've had a really sort of solid opening partnership in the first couple of tests with Rohit and KL. KL's out there at the moment, look, just batting up a little bit there. And they've been really good, right? Did they get out to good balls yesterday? Did they play poor shots?
To be honest, I think they did get out to good deliveries. They started so well in the series with that defensive mindset to see Anderson off. It didn't work out in the last 2 test matches, but our middle order's not stepped up either. It's good to see Kohli get some runs yesterday, and hopefully that will set him up nicely for the second innings and the last test match. But a big shout out to Thakur. He brought the game back in our favour, and without his vital knock, counter-attacking knock, we would be rolled over for 150. So he did give us a big helping hand yesterday.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I mean, look, that's Kohli's second 50 in a row now, right? Finding some form. Again, he got out to a decent ball, I think, a decent ball. But today's about the bowlers, actually, isn't it? It's all about the bowlers, right? We're missing Shami. Ishant's not there, so we're lacking that experience. But Thakur, Jasprit was on fire yesterday. You could see him fired up down here, couldn't you? Yeah. Who's going to be key for us today?
I think all the bowlers. I think Umesh and Shardul, you know, they're in the side. They want to keep their place for the next test, so they'll be fired up. Umesh bowled a wonder ball to Root yesterday, nipped back in, hit top of off. So I'm relying on those two because they'll be really, really hungry. Fresh legs as well.
Yeah.
And I think Jadeja might come into play if they start building a partnership. But early wickets will be key today. Get a couple early morning, they'll be under real pressure, and we could even go into the second innings with a small lead.
All right, listen, we'll be back at lunchtime today to give you a bit of an update, because we're going to give you a bit of a sample of what the Bharat Army atmosphere is going to be like at the Oval today. So come join us later on. Until then, come on India!
India. Yes, you can see the boys are pumped, the boys are excited. I love watching players warm up in the background. I don't know why. It feels like it's a little bit like, oh, we get to peek through the curtains and see them kind of stretching up and getting ready for the action. We did see some great bowling yesterday. It does come down to our bowlers. We know that this morning is all about that first session. But look, I want to know your thoughts, Afzal. We've taken out their top three, right? We've taken out Root and the other two. Root was key because he's so psychologically strong and he plays such a mental factor for the England squad that taking him out, surely, Afzal, I'm not jinxing things when I say there's a collapse on the way for England. If I was an England fan, I'd be like, man, just hold this together because we've dented them and now it's about the finish.
Yes, exactly. Even I feel that a collapse is on the way. The only key wicket of an English batter right now is Johnny Bairstow. Otherwise, because see, I don't want to disrespect any batter, but I think Ollie Pope is a walking wicket for our pacers. He won't last enough. The only key wicket that you need to take right now is Johnny Bairstow, because after that the English team does not have enough batting. Moeen Ali is susceptible to the short pitch bowling, and I feel that if we take 2 wickets in the first session, we are taking a lead of around 30 to 40 runs.
Yeah, you're right. Tell me about that opening session in your eyes, Kunal. Is Bairstow that key? Bairstow does look like a Punjabi uncle. I'll be honest. It's just like, I feel familiar with him when I look at his build and his frame. I'm like, yeah, I've been raised around people like Bairstow all my life, just brown versions of him. So tell me what you're seeing as an opening strategy from us. I know we got to take the wickets, but who's their danger men? Who we got to look out for? Who do we want early?
So the biggest danger would have been Joe Root, but then now that he's gone, I think Bairstow is the next big danger. And if we manage to get him out, that'll be a big blessing for us. Because honestly, 191 is on the board. So I don't think that's a big total for them. See, the difference between them and us right now is we didn't know how much would be a good total. We just had to bat. That's why Jadeja had to go. I mean, Shardul had to go for those shots as well. Then they can actually survive and get past that 191 run mark, right? Yeah, and then start building up on that. So I think that's where they hold the key. So they don't need to panic. They don't need to just go for the shots. They can actually survive and play all those 4 deliveries whenever they get those and score those runs. So I think that's where they actually hold a slight advantage over us. But then I think Bumrah, Virat as a captain, I would say, Bumrah, Siraj, and Jadeja would actually strike and pick more wickets. So I think Umesh was swinging really well. So if we get to see more in-swingers, we'll get to see a lot more stumps flying all the way around. So hopefully that happens as well.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, let's just cross over to Psychic Sanika right now. Psychic Sanika, who is gonna take Bairstow's wicket? Give me your psychic predictions.
I think Bumrah. Being a MI fan, I want Bumrah to take his wicket.
Okay, so I'm going to add to that. I think it's going to be Bumrah as well. It's going to be a Yorker. And that's what's going to happen. Afzal, who's going to take you? You're saying Bairstow's our trouble guy. Who's going to take him out and how's it going to happen?
I guess Umesh getting him out LBW.
Bumrah LBW. Okay. So just when it happens, you'll either go, oh, Psychic Sanika was right, or you go, oh, all-seeing Afzal was right. All-seeing Afzal. Psychic. So I'm just trying to go with it. Okay, that's what it is. Well, we'll find out which one of you two is right, and we'll find out how the game turns out. That opening session is so key. We're here, we're cheering, we're singing, and we are welcoming on a win from our boys from today's session as well. So thank you to Dafa News. Thank you to Bharat Army. Thank you, Kunal and Sanika. Thank you, Afsal as well. And roll on Team India. And we'll catch you guys. Oh, no, I should point this out. I'm doing a quiz this afternoon right here on these social media channels. We're going to be giving away a couple of tickets to the Oval. I'm sorry, it doesn't come with flights as well. Otherwise, you guys would be in the mix. But we're giving a couple of tickets for the Oval this Sunday. So you can go along and watch India finish off England. Because that's what will be happening on Sunday. We know that, right? Psychic Sanika. Okay, so yeah, do join us for the quiz a little later on. And until then, have a great day. Come on, Team India. Let's go. Thank you, guys. See you later, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.